So welcome back. So in previous lecture we have seen the principle for the electron spectroscopic or the electron resonance spectroscopy ESR. So this technique is also called as electron paramagnetic resonance or EPR. Okay. So both these techniques are same. So in principle we have seen that the electron spin resonance spectroscopy is also called as electron paramagnetic resonance or EPR technique. The energy levels which are produced by the interaction of magnetic moment of unpaired electron in a molecule is interact with the applied external magnetic field, which is represented by the Bz. Okay, Bz. The ESR spectrum, which is resulted due to the interaction of interaction between the or transition between the two energy levels by the absorption of radiations of a microwave region. Okay, so for ESR we are using the microwave radiation, and for an electron the various spin states are plus 1 and plus 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2. So the spin value for the electron will comes out to be the 1 by 2. The spin angular momentum quantum number will have the values of 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2. And in absence of external magnetic field, the ms value, that is spin uh, angular momentum quantum number or the magnetic quantum number, will remains the same or the degenerated state. And if we apply the external magnetic field, this degeneracy it get removed, and this leads to the two non-degenerated energy levels. Okay, two non-degenerated energy levels. The low energy state will be having the spin quantum number, spin magnetic quantum number align with the field. Okay, align with the field, hence there is a low energy. And the one which is corresponds to the higher energy, which is nothing but against the field. Okay, against the magnetic field. And in formula we have seen that delta is depends upon the GE, then mu b, and next it is depends upon the mi. Okay, mi value. So that sorry, ms, here it is ms. So ms is nothing but the magnetic spin magnetic moment. So for lower energy state, ms should be minus 1 by 2. Okay, ms should be minus 1 by 2, and for the high energy state, ms should be plus 1 by 2. So in diagram we can show diagrammatically that ms in absence of external magnetic field, we get the degenerated energy state here, and in case of certain field, external magnetic field, we get the or the separation in the energy level. So once we have introduced the, here we use the microwave radiations. Okay, microwave radiations. So once that microwave radiations are incident on the sample, so it get excited. So the excitation will depends upon the energy gap. Okay, or the radiations emitted will depends upon the energy gap, and in turns it depends upon the external field strength. Okay, external field strength. So the two state will possess the energy that are splitted up in the form of original state with no applied magnetic field by the amount mu b into b and minus mu b into b. And for low energy and high energy state, we get these two energy states. Okay? So here b is nothing but our magnetic field acting on an unpaired electron, and mu b is the magnetic moment of an spinning electron. Next, the ESR transition between the two different energy level takes place by the absorption of the microwave radiations of a frequency like in the lies in the microwave region. Thus the ESR spectrum of the free electron, which consisting of a transition between these two energy levels. Okay, so when the absorption will occur, the energy gap is nothing but h nu is, or the delta h is equals to h nu ge mu b into b. Okay, and the one important formula for the solving our all of the problems is nothing but 2ni or 2ns. Here for electron we use the s, okay, and for the further nuclei we use the formula 2ni plus 1, okay. So here s is nothing but the spin quantum number for electron, and this I is nothing but spin quantum number for the other elements, okay, other elements. So here we have certain problems, okay. So this, there are two types of problem. One is based upon the calculation of the energy gap or the band gap between the two energy levels, and another problems are the hyperfine splitting in the given ESR spectrum, okay. So first we see the various first type of problem, that is the energy difference, based upon the energy difference. So the first problem is nothing but, so calculate the ESR frequency of an unpaired electron in the magnetic field of 0.33 Tesla, okay. So T is nothing but the Tesla, okay, unit of magnetic field strength, and the approximate value for the that's G factor is given 2. So we have the formula, that is delta E is nothing but h nu, which is given by GE mu E into B, okay. So all these values are given, like G is given, mu is, we can know that value, okay. Bohr's magneton for the electron, and external field strength value is given as 0.33 Tesla. The unit for Bohr's magneton is joules per Tesla, okay, joules per Tesla. So G is unitless, mu is like joules per Tesla. Then next, the external field strength having the unit Tesla divided by h, which is the Planck's constant having again unit joule second, okay, joule second. So this joule get cancelled, Tesla get cancelled, and we have left with only s, that is s, okay, in denominator. So the unit will comes out to be per second, or nothing but, which is nothing but, per second is nothing but the frequency, that is hertz, okay. So finally we have converted that frequency into the gigahertz. So similar type of problem is there another. In the ESR spectrum, ESR frequencies for the free electrons is 9.5 gigahertz, okay, gigahertz. Calculate the magnetic field at which the spectra is obtained, okay. So here again the G value is given as 2, and the Bohr's magneton is given as, for the free electron it is 9.273 into 10 raised to minus 24 joules per Tesla again, okay. So units are important, okay. So we need to find out the field, external magnetic field strength, okay. So how we can find out, again we need to use the same formula, that is h nu is nothing but GE mu E into B, and here we have been given with the a new value, G value, and the mu E value. We need to find out the value for B, okay. So the mu value is given in the gigahertz, so we need to convert that gigahertz into the hertz, okay, here. So plus 9 is there, 10 raised to plus 9 for the conversion of gigahertz to hertz, and another all units are same, okay. So here we have seen this some simple problem, okay, like how we can calculate the energy or the frequency gap, okay, and how we can exactly find out the field strength of the external magnetic field, okay. So this type of problems might be asked in the exam, okay. So this is the one type of problem. Now another one type of problems are there in the ESR spectrum are the how much hyperfine lines are obtained for the given spectrum, okay. How much hyperfine lines are obtained for the given spectrum. So the question might be asked in this way: explain the hyperfine structure in the ESR spectrum for the following compounds, okay, for the following compound. So previously we have seen that the bare electron or the free electron in absence of external magnetic field won't show any type of splitting, okay, won't show any type of splitting. So we get the, okay, here, so we get the degenerated energy state. But if we apply certain external magnetic field, the electron first split it into the two energy levels. Okay, one is the plus half, another one is the minus half. So the electrons, how many number of electrons are there, unpaired electrons. So based upon that we are going to get the different splitting patterns. Okay, so the electrons, free electrons, will also interact with the our nuclei, okay, or the nucleus. So we'll see this in the hyperfine splitting. So hyperfine splitting or the hyperfine structure for hydrogen. So question is like, explain hyperfine structure in the ESR spectrum of the hydrogen atom. Okay, so for hydrogen atom we know that the unpaired electron is 1. Okay, for hydrogen atom it is unpaired electron is 1, and the spin for one electron is nothing but 1 by 2. Okay, overall spin is the 1 by 2, and the proton is having the spin quantum number of nucleus, which is represented by the letter I. Okay, so for a spin quantum number of electron we generally use the symbol S, and for representation of the spin quantum number of the nucleus we generally represent it by the capital I letter. Okay, so the ms values, okay, spin magnetic quantum numbers will be plus or minus 1 by 2, and similarly mi values will be again plus or minus 1 by 2. Okay, so we get the four values, total four values, that is ms is equals to 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, mi is equals to plus 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2. So in absence of external magnetic field, that is B is equals to 0, the electron spin energy levels are in the degenerated state, that as we have seen in the principle. So that means that they are having the same energy. Okay, they are not splitted. But upon application of the external magnetic field, that will remove the degeneracy in the energy levels, and hence the energy gap is get developed. So that ms, that is ms value of minus 1 by 2 goes into the downside, and ms value of plus 1 by 2 goes into the upside. Okay, so now each of these electron then again interact with the nucleus of. So once we have got the electron in the two different energy level state or energy states, these electrons then interact with the nucleus, that is here in the case of this example, that is hydrogen, we get the proton nucleus. So this gives the four sub levels. Okay, so for further splitting is occur. Okay, so the interaction will takes place with the nucleus. Okay, electron will interact with the nucleus. So there is a one selection rule, so which spectra are allowed and one which spectra are not allowed. Okay, so only those spectra are allowed where ms values might be, or delta ms, specifically delta ms value, that is change in the spin quantum number for the electron, should be plus or minus 1. Okay, this is the one selection rule, and the second selection rule should be delta mi, that is the change in the magnetic quantum number for the nucleus. Okay, nucleus, or the we can say that here, that is proton, it should be 0. Okay, so these two selection rules are there. One is that delta ms should be equals to plus or minus 1, and another selection rule is the delta mi should be equals to 0. Okay, so here in the case of hydrogen, so first there should be the splitting of electron in external magnetic field. Okay, so what we can see here, that here in absence of external magnetic field, the energy level is in the degenerated state here. So due to the degeneracy we don't get the splitting patterns. Okay, but when we apply the external magnetic field, that is here, we get the splitting of electrons in the two energy state, that is ms is equals to minus 1 by 2 and ms is equals to plus 1 by 2. So once that splitting is occurred for the electrons, so we get the electrons in the two different energy states. So once that electrons is distributed into the two energy state, it interact with the nucleus. So nucleus is having two energy states again, that is plus 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2. Okay, So that will also interact with this minus 1 by 2. Okay, this minus 1 by 2 interact with the two nuclear spin state, that is minus 1 by 2 and plus 1 by 2. Okay, and again our next splitting will occur with the interaction with the ms value of plus 1 by 2. Okay, so all of these things will happen only if we are going to get the external magnetic field ready. Okay, so here important thing we can see that there are two lines that we can obtain by the selection rules. Okay, so we get the two lines. One is from the excitation from plus 1 by 2 to plus 1 by 2, and another one is from the minus 1 by 2 to minus 1 by 2, because the delta mi value should be equals to 0. Okay, for the acceptable our transition. So this is the allowed transition with delta mi value is equals to 0. So we get the two lines. Okay, so this is how we can explain the hyperfine splitting in the case of hydrogen. So if we like this all things are necessary if we are like writing down the theoretical explanation for how that hydrogen gives the splitted lines. Okay, how we get the two line in the ESR spectrum for the hydrogen, then we need to give the overall this explanation. Okay, but suppose we have been asked with only like MCQ type of question, like we have been asked with only how many lines are there for the hydrogen spectrum in the for hydrogen. Okay, hydrogen in the ESR spectrum. So we can directly calculate that values by using this famous formula, that 2Ni plus 1. Okay, 2Ni plus 1. So we can directly use this formula directly. Okay, so here N is the represent the number of atoms, particular atoms. S is represent the spin of, here it should be I. Okay, standard formula is I. So I is nothing but the um, spin quantum number for the nucleus. Okay, spin quantum number for nucleus, because we are considering for the electron. So for this I value will consider the spin quantum number for the nucleus. So overall here number of hydrogen are 1, or number of hydrogen is 1. So formula will changes to 2 as it is. So number of hydrogen n value is 1 into spin value for the nucleus for the hydrogen or proton is 1 by 2 plus 1 as it is. So these two get cancelled, and finally we get the 1 plus 1 2. So there are two lines in the ESR spectrum. Okay, two lines. So we can explain based upon this spectrum also, that how many lines are there in this ESR spectrum. And also there is another method, like directly we can calculate the how many lines are there in the ESR spectrum. Okay, so next we will see for methyl radical. Okay,